Hello. I think it is recording. Let me see again. Yep, okay. Alright. Hopefully today the video is not of the sky and you can actually see ahead. Right. I think last time I was trying to figure out how to blur faces, and then when I processed it, there were no faces to blur, because according to Google YouTube. So that's good for me. Yes. Why am I running up this incline? Oh god. Oh yeah. Let's see. What do I want to talk about this week? I think from last week, I just had recording problems, and then I was having ran on it's been a week since the last time I recorded, but I ran on Tuesday and my legs were hurting so much. After that, they were really sore, so I just walked on Wednesday. So this is my okay. This is my back run. Also, I've been going out to eat, which I don't like. I think I'd just rather eat at home. I'd rather go out for hot pot. But sorry. Incline's always tough. Let's hope this time the camera doesn't fall. That would be not good. Alright, congrats graduates. Yeah, the academic quarter ended, which I always feel crazy about, how quick it ends. Now, since we're gonna go into summer, I don't. Okay, let's see. Yeah, there's been this weird lull, I think, maybe in the news lately, or maybe I've just not been reading the news. But it is kind of crazy time. But today I don't really know what I'd want to talk about. I'm trying to think what's maybe a nice topic. Yeah, I guess in my research there's this ebb and flow where I find a result, then I find there would be better control. But then my professor was like, first find a surprising result. And then I almost sort of feel like like a result has to be surprising, but it also has to be believable. And like the more unbelievable it is, the more data you need. And so there's this kind of thing where people just need to say, either you can say really believable things with less data, but people might say that's not novel, or you can say really surprising things, but then like just not have good data arguments, which people will accept. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about like the current situation in academia, where it's become like a job requirement in AI industry to publish a paper, and so people just want to publish papers, and they kind of drown out like the main ideas of the field. They just, I call it like keyword matching. You just put together the most popular keywords in the field and then just publish the paper, and then it gets accepted. Yeah, I don't know, like in a year or two, like I really think that AI is already better at putting together a paper than most papers, so you might as well just pay like $1,000 or something and just have the AI write a paper, and then you can just submit it. Yeah, I don't know, I think like maybe a useful thing might just be if the field starts like a track for replicability, just to try to replicate results, and then people who want papers can just focus on replicating like previous results, so that we get more data and we can confirm like the known biases in the field, like if there's any claim but there might not be any data, so we sort of, yeah, there's too much focus on, I think, coming up with new claims. I don't think that's necessarily as good. Someone was asking me, where do they think? They're asking me, how do I think? Like, where do I think the mech-inter field is going? I mean, one direction is just, I think, like finding structures of like in representation, so that you can try to figure out how the model does computation. Second one is you decompose the model into more programs and then try to understand the programs. I think my view is like when they decompose it into programs, like you can already make a guess that like that's one of the things that the model might be doing, and then I think it's just easier to check that versus you decompose it, then you study it in detail, then you're like, it's doing this program, but then I feel like you have to check back with the original model, and I don't know if the decomposition gives you any better guarantees than just checking by yourself. And it might also be like worthless, because like you want an algorithm that you can understand or make inferences out of. The decomposition might give you a much larger, might give you like a larger program that now you have to understand. So yeah. I guess, I mean, on the Napoleon front, I've only read till the part. I didn't read last week that much. So, nothing more to say that he got rejected by a girl, became a general, then he met Josephine. I'm like, at this point, yeah, apparently they lied about Josephine's age so that they could get married. Yeah, I don't particularly understand, but it seems that Josephine has social connections. But like the men are always like, she's not that intelligent. I'm like, oh my god, they're just trashing her. And apparently she has like black teeth. I was like, oh my god, and like she doesn't smile with the teeth out because of that. Like, that's only 300 years ago that you have a person in French high society that's walking around with black teeth. She was also thrown in jail for a while. I think might be in the same place when Napoleon was thrown in jail by the same people also. Walking feels so good. Like for recovery, even right now, like my legs feel sore. I'm hoping that kind of goes away next week. I think I should definitely just get a Thai massage. Yeah. So first week was much easier. I think it's always easier to like increase your exercise intensity, and then it becomes difficult to like keep it up. I mean, I did think I was going slower. I wanted to do 4 runs this week. I'm only doing 3. This is my second of the third run. 2. This is my second run of the week. Maybe I did have a lot more to say on the first run. I just want to get to that sign and start running. I don't know why my legs feel sore. I didn't run yesterday. I didn't run on Wednesday. I don't know what they want. I wish I got like better signals from my leg or something, but like you can debug. No, it wouldn't be crazy if we had like a human debugging system where like you get like you can put what you did and then how you're feeling. I guess I kind of already use Claude for that, but basically like I can put my routine and then how I'm feeling, and then someone tells me, oh, this is probably the reason of why you're feeling like that. And if you can just digest all that history, because like you have my heart rate, like whenever I'm wearing the watch, you have my heart rate data, you have like my pace data, I think you have some estimate of my cadence, how many steps I'm walking. Like, there's so much biometrics you can track. I think people also track the sleep. And then you continuously keep feeding this into a system, and you put in like how you're feeling also. And then maybe you can figure out, like, attributing, like, oh, I'm not feeling great today. It's like give you an estimate. It's probably because of this, and it'll probably go away in like a few days. Versus this seems more permanent. Go take some time off or go to a doctor or something. The weather today is also just overcast and kind of grey, which is nice for running because it's cooler. But no, it's not that like motivating. Okay, I should stop. No pedestrian crossing. Use crosswalk. I always wonder what font this is. Oh shit, maybe I shouldn't have touched that. I wonder how they came up with the idea of signboards. Like all these, like, for traffic and things. Yeah, maybe I should look into the history of traffic regulation. Can you imagine, like, when they first introduced it, some people are going like, hey, you can't regulate how I move in the streets. That's against my freedom. Now you're gonna tell me how I should eat and shit and all these things. And I do think, like, regulation can come about, like, bottom up, without like an oversight of government. Like in Mumbai, like, there's definitely like a courtesy or like manners or these things of, like, for example, when you're waiting for the train, you know, there's usually people put like this marked line that you stand behind and you where you wait, and then the train will come and then you wait for people to get down. But in Mumbai, because people are getting down from running trains, you stand far away, otherwise you're gonna get hit by that person coming down. Even when you enter the train, you don't enter up front, you enter through the sides. So not just through, you enter through one side. So imagine like the train going north, so you will enter from the south into the train, and then the people leaving the train will exit the train on the other side of the door and go towards north, basically, if that makes sense. And like, I do think this naturally comes about, as opposed to, I know in other metro systems, what they have is they have people enter from both sides. Like, you wait for people to exit and then you have people enter from both sides or something, or you just don't wait and people just enter from both sides. I think that's worse than what we do in Mumbai. And the Mumbai one is time tested. Yeah, and then like there are other things. For example, when you want to cross a road, you never run on the road, I guess, which is a thing that people say all the time, but people don't follow here. Like, even when you're crossing like the middle of the road, you just walk. And the idea being that, like, if you start running and you cross one lane, but you don't get to see if there's like another car on the other lane or something that might be coming up, But at least when you're walking, the car in the lane knows you're there, and they'll just slow down. That's the idea. They do generally slow down. They don't stop, but they do slow down. You know, this morning I kind of didn't wanna go for a run. It was very tough. I woke up and then for 8 minutes I was just sitting on my bed, being like, convincing myself with all these reasons to not go on a run today. And then I just decided to go because I don't know, like, I think my days are better and more structured if I do go on a run. Like, I'm more productive at things versus not going on the run itself. We are definitely booking that Thai massage. So yeah, like, so I do wonder how traffic regulations came up. Like, you can imagine, like, we don't regulate like how to eat in a restaurant, despite the fact that it's in a public setting, but people just learn the manners of a restaurant and just eat in the restaurant like that. So interesting that there's traffic regulation. I guess people's argument would be that, like, oh, these cars are one-ton vehicles. If they hit, they'll kill someone. But, like, you can just penalize that. You can just say that if you kill someone, we're going to charge you with, like, manslaughter. And, you know, like, you don't have to regulate how I walk on the road, like on my footpath. Like, I don't want to commit manslaughter. Like, so I wonder if traffic regulations add anything more than that. I mean, there's definitely awareness. Like, you want people to be aware on how to drive and things. But, like, people would want to be aware anyways, like, on how to drive. Why do they need traffic rules? And you can imagine, like, people aren't incentivized to figure out, like, safer ways to drive, because they're just like, oh, I followed the traffic rule, and then, like, unless the government updates the traffic rule, but then the government, you know, there's a pressure on not to update, because, like, now all these people are like, I passed the test, now I don't know what is this new rule and stuff. Versus, like, people, like, you have this, like, driving schools or something that you're like, hey, if you want to learn how to drive safely, keep coming to our school. And then, you know, your insurance would be cheaper, because presumably if a specific driving behavior has you drive safely, then, like, your insurance should just be cheaper, like, because you're less of a risk. And so you can just say that you require insurance for people to drive, which is a thing that you already do anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I know, like, it would take time for things to settle down, but I do think, like, these kind of traffic things, people would figure it out on their own in a distributed sense, and then they just converge to what is, like, optimal for their setting. Yeah, people have definitely argued. I mean, you do need enforcement for like consequences, but like, you know, that's after something has happened. Like, otherwise you're just enforcing before anything has happened. It kind of, I think, goes against the norm of, you know, innocence until proven guilty, which I find is a rare belief these days. I feel people are just so quick to jump to the notion of like guilt. I don't know if what I'm talking is being recorded at all. I'll let this guy go. Torrey Pines Lodge. And this is the golf course. Oh, we're back here. Yeah. Okay, I don't think I'm faster today. I thought I was faster, but apparently that's not the case. Sorry, today you're not having much great entertainment value. You're just out here on this boring run. When I get the camera setting right, I don't feel like talking. And when I feel like talking, the camera's right. Oh. I'm blaming it on the sun. I think because the sun hasn't come out, like I don't feel fully awake. I know that sounds crazy. You're like, you've been on this run for like about an hour and you're telling me that you don't feel awake. But I'm like, no, I do kind of feel sleepy. Like, even though I'm running here. I saw this guy for this challenge of where he ran a sub 6 minute mile, which is sub 4 minutes kilometers for 1.6 kilometers. After he did a 5k workout, like threshold workout, I'm like, that's insane. I can barely run. After I do the threshold workout. I feel like that guy was like, who's this moron with the camera that's recording in the morning? I am rich. I will sue you. I will sue your poor ass. So that's how I feel. Oh. If you're wondering why I'm running a pink line, especially with sore legs, the answer is I don't know. I just feel like my previous runs, I feel like I've been stopping too much. I mean, that's not a bad thing per se. If that allows me to maintain mileage, weekly mileage, I think that's okay. Oh, my heart rhythm. But yeah, I don't know, this week I've just been feeling pretty frustrated, and I was out with my friends also, and I don't know, felt bad, but I'm frustrated about something that I can't even put in words. I think a part of me just wants to be done with all political nonsense and just be free. Like, I was thinking, if someone's gonna form a new country, I don't know, it doesn't matter, like, where it will be, I'd be okay with joining, as long as, like, they have, like, liberal freedoms and stuff. I'd be like, yeah, that sounds good to me. Sign me up. Team boom. It's just crazy how my heart rate goes down so quickly. And I'm like, I just started walking and he already went down. So now I have to start running again. Like, give me a break. I just wanna chill today. It's really just me nagging about running while I run with the camera on top of my head. I remember when the first time I came here, I was just like, oh, what is this place? It feels so deserted and stuff. Like, I got dropped off at the wrong stop, so I had to walk for a while here on the other side. And then I just remember walking into this place. I was like, oh my god. Oh. The mist, the fog, I don't know what to call it, covering the sea. It just pulls my heartstrings. Like, I always love that part. Like, out of the fog, you don't know what's lurking in there. There could be a whole armada right out. You don't know. For some reason, like, I think I've been playing, when I was a kid, I used to play like this. My friend had this, like, game called Sid Meier's Pirates. And, like, it was so exciting, that the idea that, like, you can just go anywhere and do stuff and, you know, get thrown in jail and then escape jail and then, you know, definitely maybe not the looting people part, but yeah, you can go around dancing with mayor's daughters or duke's daughters or someone's daughters, and then like, you can just rise. So I always imagine, like, there's an armada lurking, and at any moment, like, you'll see just a bunch of cannons being fired. Fire! I think artillery is called something of the battlefield. I don't know. Maybe is it the god of the battlefield? Or... Hello again. I don't know why, like, it ran a battery at the same place, but I started the run much later on. Hopefully now, like, you're seeing the same view that I'm seeing. If you're not, that'd be really sad. Yeah, I've just been sitting here for a while. I guess my legs have cooled down. God. There was some sort of fire there. Yeah, let's see. Let's look at the fire. Oh, there's a crash there. Oh my god, it looks like an oil tanker. I can see the fire brigade and stuff. Yeah, that looks like an oil tanker. Well, there you have it, folks. Breaking news. There's an oil tanker on some interstate highway that's smoking air. And I've got a clear shot. If you want this footage, reach out. Never mind. Sounds like there's a helicopter also. Isn't that crazy? I don't know if you guys are seeing the oil tanker. Oh. Well, okay. Alright. I should start running. I'm gonna be late. I know I'm gonna be late. Just gonna run out on this parking lot. We're seeing a marriage of carriages. My God, run. Okay. You know, I just realized it's called porta potty because it's portable potty. I never thought of that before today. That's genius. Porta potty. Why is there a bunch of sand just dug up? Yeah, I should really read the story. I was like, maybe I'll sit and then I don't know what to talk about. But I don't. I went to this Indian restaurant. The dosa was ass. I mean, I don't really like eating dosa outside also. But it was also not that good of a dosa. I feel like I was especially disappointed with the chutney games. Like, it's not that good. Yeah. My other friends were like, this is amazing. One guy ordered butter chicken at a Tamil restaurant. I was just rolling my eyes. Like, I specifically told them, like, don't order naan, don't order butter chicken at this restaurant. Order any butter chicken and naan. Looking at the naan, it doesn't even look like naan. It kind of looks like, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, that did not look that good. And the butter chicken also, like, looked off. I'm just complaining about my dosa. Then my friend got mutton biryani. I don't know. I'll low-key be honest. I think, like, apart from breakfast, there's nothing good in South India to eat. Apart from breakfast and snacks. As a vegetarian, I mean, I don't eat non-veg stuff. There might be good non-veg stuff. But, like, I mean, compared to what the rest of India has, like, it's alright. It's not that good. I mean, it's good as, like, healthy food, I guess. If you wanna eat, like, pachadi and all. But yeah, like, if I wanna go out and spend money in India, like, I'd rather just go out and not eat South Indian food. Apart from breakfast items, breakfast slaps. That one I will agree. That's the best breakfast food in the world. No doubt, no doubt. Oh, this tractor guy is coming. Okay, I'm gonna go left so that this guy doesn't run me over. And then no. I just try to run up this incline. But yeah, people keep asking me like, what's your favorite food? What do you like? Oh my god, the traffic is crazy. Yeah. Okay, the fire has stopped. Like it was like black smoke up there. Then it turned white. I can see 2 fire trucks and then the smaller fire jeep or something. The traffic is insane, bruh. Like that's, yeah, that looks insane. Okay. Yeah. Whew. I was just reading upon how, like, apparently in some part in UP, they were demolishing mosques and temples that were illegally built on public land. And yeah, they were like, apparently government was big into demolishing like temples also, and they got into an argument with the Hindu groups. This is kind of crazy. Like the best way to protect your property is just to put like a big ass temple in front of it and be like, yeah, bro, like here's the temple. Like, oh. I wonder if incline is like a portmanteau of something. Like, is it increase in something and then is decline is decrease in something? I wonder what does line stand for there? I'm still sleepy. I think like, I mean, one good part is on these runs, like my body just knows the route, so I don't really have to think about the route of where I'm supposed to go. All my muscles are well aware. They're like, yeah, you just turn right here. This has not been a riveting morning. Well, apart from that fire thing, maybe I should start doing like some news. Today, in the breaking news of Torrey Pines, we saw an oil tanker or some sort of tanker catch on fire. I wonder how it got on fire. Maybe there was an accident or something. I haven't seen a movie also this week. I usually have this pass, AMC movie pass. Usually I just go watch a movie, but today I thought we were going to a baseball game with some friends. I can't believe it's already the day for the baseball game. When they asked me, I was like, oh, it's so far away. June 5th, already here. I hope my legs feel better on Sunday. I mean, they do feel better right now, I guess, compared to how they were feeling at the start of the run. Weight loss is so tough, and I need to keep reminding myself that I need to run. Otherwise I just start walking and then I'll be late for a bunch of stuff. Oh yeah, I think maybe it was a low light mode. That's why the camera shut off quickly. I wanted to go on a hike also. I guess I'll push my hike next week. I'll just take some time off. Since I just have to do this grading for this class, and then I'm done, and then I'll be like, what's the thing called? I forgot. I wonder if I can sleep while running. That'd be insane. Just get a brain rest. Oh yeah, I watched this guy run from, I forgot about this one. I watched this guy run from New York City to Boston. And I was like, that's so cool. He was like, yeah, I was trying for this race and it didn't work out. So I just decided to run from New York City to Boston. It's 350 kilometers. It took him 4 days and he only slept for 3 hours in between, and he would just rest in the park or something, and he was running through the middle of nowhere, and he would just stop at different Taco Bells and stuff in the middle. I'm like, I need to I wonder how he figured out how do you need to be able to change your underwear and socks more frequently. I can see that maybe you don't need to change your shorts, but definitely or your t-shirt that frequently. But yeah, I wonder how many sets of clothes he took. I definitely thought about running from San Diego to Los Angeles, but then this is Camp Pendleton Gap, and I also don't want to sleep out per se on a random park or have 3 hours of sleep. Maybe next year. I don't want to try just running and then at night I sleep at some Airbnb or something, and then just running out the next morning, and then repeat. So if you did like 350 kilometers, and that's almost 90 kilometers in a day that I ran. Let's say it's like 100 miles from San Diego to Los Angeles, like Huntington Beach or something. That'd be 2 days. At his pace, I mean, I don't think he ran at like 12-minute kilometer pace is basically my, if I walk fast pace. But I'm assuming like, I don't know if he just let the watch, he paused in between or something. If he paused in between and then like this is a walk that he just walked. That's a fast walk though. I think my slow walk might be somewhere between 15 to 20 minute kilometers. So I do think like it's definitely possible if I lose weight. That's my biggest worry. I don't want to do it while being overweight. But yeah, definitely next year I just want to run from San Diego to Los Angeles, and then I just take the train back or the coastal back. I mean, eventually I want to run from like San Diego to San Francisco, but I just 90 kilometers in a day. If you did 12-minute kilometers, it's like 120 times 9, 1080 minutes. Okay, let's keep it at 120 times 9. That's 2 hours times 9. So he was on the move for 18 hours every day. That's insane to me. Yeah, 18 hours every day, like. Wait, but he said he only slept for like 3 hours across the whole journey. Oh, I'm not accounting for his food. Yeah, obviously he needs to eat and stuff. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Oh, yeah, then that wouldn't be possible because, oh yeah, I didn't think about the sleep. Let me see. So if I sleep for 8 hours, so 3 hours across, let's just say 4 hours across 4 days. So he has an hour of sleep every day, and then he's doing this for like, he has 6 hours of total rest. So that means he's spending about 5 hours on food and stuff. If I account for, if I say that I want to sleep for 8 hours, that means I'll only be doing this for 16 hours in a day. So 16 hours, and then let's say for food and rest, like maybe even if I don't want to take 5 hours, maybe like let's say I do 3 hours, like an hour and a half. Okay, let's just say even I do 5 hours. Okay. If I do 5 plus 8, that's 13 hours. So I'll only be able to run for 11 hours. If I run for 11 hours at 12-minute kilometers, that's 5 kilometers every hour. So that's only 55 kilometers. Yeah, that would only put me at 100 kilometers across 2 days. So I would only be able to travel 55 kilometers in a day, I guess. If I add an extra 2 hours where I only spend 3 hours as a break, let's see. So I'll come out at 65 kilometers or something. That from here to Los Angeles will take me 3 days. Okay, so the key is somehow decreasing the amount of time in sleep. Okay. If I only do 5 hours of sleep, I'll get 3 more hours, which will push me up from 65 to 80 kilometers. That becomes a 2-day thing. Oh man, this is tough. Maybe he was right. Is that what people do when they call these like really long runs, that they don't get good sleep? Like they're just out running. Oh, that's insane. Like it's not even about like it would be really fast, but if you can't recover without sleep, then like that's crazy. Yeah, I'm just mad myself. It's sleep. It's somehow you have to beat sleep, which is an insane thing. Because even if you're not running, like if you're just up for 18 hours, that's not good. That is not good. No wonder he was just walking. And yeah. Whew. Okay, we're at John J. Hopkins Drive. I think we're about halfway to the end of this road, and then I'll stop recording. I'm not halfway, like as we're closer to the end. I wonder how people train for recovering without sleep. I'm definitely still sleepy. Like, this sounds so stupid. Like, my heart is at like 140 something, 145, and I'm just like, I'm on the edge. And if I go faster, I'll start like panting really heavily. But I don't really feel the exercise. I think I'm just going to at a slow, lazy speed. I'm definitely gonna put on music after I stop recording, and then hopefully that will wake me up. I was listening to this podcast, and I think that's why I haven't really woken up. Yeah, this morning I was listening to this economist talk about what will be scarce after AGI, and yeah, I didn't feel like I was definitely not understanding something. They were talking about how they basically made the point like the people will be the most wealth, will be the ones who will want wealth, basically. It's like, if you're just happy with like certain amount of consumption, then obviously your consumption is not going to increase after a while. So it'll be good. Okay. Alright, last stretch. Yay. Last stretch for this video recording. The last stretch for me. I still have to get home, shower, and get back to the university. Usually I try to stick to a 2-hour budget for running, but I'm not gonna make the 2-hour budget today. I'm definitely gonna go over. Alright, I've made it. I'm gonna stop the recording.